Welcome back to my kitchen. Y'all, we are getting ready to make this old-fashioned oatmeal cake. And what I just did was I have 2.5 cups of boiling water here. I've taken it off the heat, but I added 2 cups of quick oatmeal, and I also added about 1/2 cup of raisins. Okay, so in us making this old-fashioned oatmeal cake, I like oatmeal raisin cookies, so I'm adding some raisins to mine. Y'all, this recipe is so old. There are so many variations to it, but this is what we're gonna do today. Okay, I have, let me see, I have my little notes over here so I won't forget something. I have, again, the 2 cups of oatmeal. They're the quick oats. 2.5 cups of water. I added like 1/2 cup of my golden raisins, and I added those in first because I wanted them to kind of, you know, plump up a little bit, if you will. Golden raisins. Okay, I've taken it off the heat. I'm covering it, and it needs to stay covered for at least about 20 minutes. So that's why I wanted to do that first while I'm going through everything else. All right. Then I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And to my all-purpose flour, I have added, let's see if I can remember, 2 teaspoons of my baking soda. I have 1/2 teaspoon of my nutmeg. Wait a minute, y'all. And then I have 1.5 teaspoons of my cinnamon. Okay. Over here I also have 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay. Then I have 4 large eggs that have been cracked. They are room temperature. I have 2 sticks of unsalted butter. It is softened. I have 2 cups of the white granulated sugar, and then 1 cup of the light brown sugar here. I already mentioned my cinnamon and my nutmeg, and you guys, like I said, I just went on ahead and added it to my flour mixture so it would already be done. Okay, let's see what else. Is that it? Vanilla. Okay, so we're going to add probably about a teaspoon of vanilla. In any event, all of the ingredients will be listed in the description box below. Okay, just by chance if I've forgotten to mention anything, but I think I've done everything. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees. I'll be using, this is the size of my 9x13 casserole dish lengthwise, but it's a little deeper than a 9x13. Okay, I know a lot of people will use a 9x13 dish, but I want to make sure that I have enough space, because to me this is kind of a large cake, you know, to be baking in a casserole dish. So wanted to make sure I had enough room. So you can try 9x13. It will probably be really full. Again, that's why I like to do my dish that's a little bit deeper. All right. Okay, so let's get over here to the mixer so we can start getting things mixed up. In the meantime, in between time, I have thoroughly washed my hands. Y'all, that's my oven. Let me know it's ready at 350 degrees. But as I was getting ready to say, y'all, don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands. Y'all, that's just nasty. Wash your hands before you start preparing food and working in the kitchen. Okay? All right, let's start getting this cake mixed up. Also, when we get ready to do the frosting, we're going to talk more about it. But y'all, we're going to be using some sweetened coconut flakes and some pecans. My dude number 1, aka my husband, he loves pecans, so we're going to add some pecans as well. Okay. This is nothing like mixing up a pound cake, so this should be easy peasy for some of you all who struggle with that pound cake. But we're going to start by adding our 2 sticks of softened, unsalted butter. And to this, I'm going to add, my vanilla. I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of vanilla. And I just pour, don't measure. So I'm going to start mixing up my butter just for a few seconds by itself to get it mixed up. And then I'm going to slowly start adding my sugars so I can cream the butter and the sugar. But I'm not going to cream for 10 minutes like I do for the pound cake. So I'm only going to cream this maybe about 5 minutes or so. Okay? And then once I get that creamed, we'll stop so you can see what that looks like before we start adding our other ingredients. I did stop and scrape down my mixer or my mixing bowl, but I did not cream as long as I do with the pound cake because it's really not that serious with this cake. So that's what we're looking like. That's what I like about this recipe. It's easy, in my opinion, easy peasy. Okay, so let me explain to you my next steps, and then I won't have to stop anymore. But what you're going to see me do next is I'm going to add my eggs one at a time, mix them up just a couple of seconds before adding the next egg. Then I will have to stop because I'm going to have to add my oats. So it'll be easier for me to stop the mixer and add it here rather than maybe trying to put it through the little, let's see. I don't know. I might be able to add it from the top. In any event, we're going to start with the eggs, get those added, and then we're going to add our oats and raisins, and then we're going to add our baking soda, flour, cinnamon, and nutmeg mixture. Okay? I'm just going to stir this in. Stir all those little extra ingredients in with the flour. And then once we do that, y'all, we'll be ready to put this in this casserole dish and get this old-fashioned oatmeal raisin cake in the oven. Oh, if that doesn't look like oatmeal.
Like straight oatmeal.
Looks just like oatmeal. Stir it just a little bit more to make sure everything is mixed up good. Y'all know what? I also want to taste my batter too. Just a little bit to see if it has enough of my spices in here. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. It tastes like oatmeal. I think when I put it in, I want to sprinkle just a little bit more on top. That's good, y'all. And the pecans and the coconut, that's going in the frosting. I'm not a big coconut eater, so I'm not going to do as much coconut as some people would do. Oh, I put some butter down in the bottom and then kind of sprayed around a little bit with my Baker's Joy. Let me show you guys. Baker's Joy, okay? I'm hoping that it doesn't look real brown around the edge where it cooks and make my casserole dish look terrible, because if it does, y'all know I'm gonna have to take something and wipe around it, because I do not like my dishes looking, you know, to me it just makes them look dirty. I know I've cooked in them, but I just don't like the way it makes them look when there's stuff all around the edge of it. Me can't like it. Okay. And now, just because I want to, this is a little bit more of my nutmeg. I'm just tapping it lightly, you guys. Just tapping it lightly. If it seems like it's a lot, it really is not. Just tapping it lightly. Okay, that was the nutmeg. Then with the cinnamon, we go do a little bit more cinnamon, 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 cinnamon. Don't make it the cinnamon. Cloves and spice will make it nice, but don't forget the cinnamon. Okay. So now we're ready to go in the oven. 350 degrees. I'm going to set my timer to start with for about 50 minutes, and then I'll check it just in case it doesn't take quite an hour for it to bake, but I will let you know exactly how long we baked once I take it out. Okay, we baked for 1 hour, and now I'm gonna toast my 1 cup of pecans and 1 cup of sweetened coconut. I'm gonna put this in the oven for just a few minutes to kind of toast those. Set my timer for about 5 minutes so I can keep an eye on it, but I'm gonna toast those. And this will cool, And then we'll get our frosting done so we can put it on there. And then once we get it, I'm wiping the edge, you guys. Let me show you what I was talking about. You see how you can see the edge of that where the what's that? What's the spray? Baker's Joy. You see where it's kind of brown around the top of it. You can see where I wiped it a little bit. Girl, do not drop this hot casserole. You can see where I wiped it a little bit here at the top and got that cleaned off. But I can't. Ooh, I just don't like my dishes looking like they're dirty around the top. So I'm gonna wipe that off, and we're gonna let this cool. And then once we come back, we'll get the frosting done, and then get it on here, because what we have to do is once we get the frosting done and pour it back on, then we have to put it back in the oven on broil. Y'all know I know something about that broil. Put it back in the oven under the broiler so the frosting will start bubbling. Okay, you guys see how I cleaned that? You see the difference in it now? Can you tell that it's clean? See that? Okay. All right, so we'll let this cool, and I'll keep checking on my pecans and toasted coconut, and that should be out in a few minutes. Here I have 2 sticks of unsalted butter, okay? Here are my toasted pecans and toasted coconut. We're gonna add the pecans, the coconut. I started not to do all this coconut on here because I'm not really a big coconut eater like that, but we're just gonna go on and get the full effect, honey. The full effect of this frosting. Gonna add me a little bit of vanilla flavoring, vanilla extract, and then I almost forgot, I'm gonna do like about 6 tablespoons of my Southern Butter Pecan coffee creamer. That's what I want to put in my frosting. I've already turned my oven on a broil, because again you want to, we're going to put this back under, we're going to put this under the broiler because we want this frosting to start bubbling. Okay? This is how it looks before I add my creamer. Ooh, y'all know that's a lot of brown sugar pecan goodness. Oh my. Listen. Okay. So we're going to do about 6 tablespoons of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just go and enhance that butter pecan flavor with the creamer. Now, if you don't like coconut, you know, just omit the coconut. If you prefer walnuts, do walnuts. If you prefer no nuts, don't do any nuts. You know, you can kind of switch this up. The only thing you can't omit is the oatmeal, honey. If you omit the oatmeal, then it's not going to be an old-fashioned oatmeal raisin cake. Okay, you can omit the raisins. All right? So we are good and mixed up. The only thing we're going to do now is pour this on top of this cake. Yeah, that's gonna be so good. Y'all, this just really would have been, in my opinion, too much for a 9 by 13 casserole dish, so please use something deeper. Please. You're going to wish you had her. Okay. So that's on there. The only thing we need to do now, let me get a little bit more in the middle. Let's see. Broiler should be ready. It's on high. I'm going to once again put this in the middle of my oven. Ooh. That thing heavy. Let me tell you something. You better keep an eye on this now. Because listen, it will burn before Quick gets ready. So I'm going to stay here and keep my eye on it. And then we'll be ready to take it out and just like soon. Soon and very soon. Soon and very soon we're going to see the King. Soon and very soon we are going to see the King. Y'all couldn't help but think about that song when I said that, soon and very soon. Soon and very soon we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We're going to see the King. I ain't ready to go too soon though. Not just yet, Jesus. Not just yet. Not just yet, Jesus. Listen. Got a little bit more work to do. Y'all, I'm keeping my eyes on it. I'm keeping my eyes on it. That right there is what we want to see. And y'all, I'm letting her do this. I'm letting her do this now for, you know, for a few seconds. I didn't want to pull it out immediately. So maybe, I guess I watched it for maybe about 40, 50 seconds or so because I don't want it to start burning because it will burn quickly. Now it needs to cool. I guess y'all might want to see it. Let's look at it. See what it's looking like right now. And it pretty much stops sizzling almost as soon as I take it out. But like I say, you have to watch it because it does not take long to burn. Look at that. Y'all know that's going to be so rich. It's time. You looking like, okay, what I'm getting ready to eat? I don't know, am I gonna need something to help lift this out of here? Yummy. You had your fork, babe? Look at that. That yummy goodness is running down the side.
That look like that potentially can be, might be good.
It looked like it potentially can be, might be good. Okay.
Yeah, it just looked like a sweet potato crunch along with a cake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want you. You're pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Is
it one? Is that one in the dishwasher?
Nope.
It's a plastic one?
Oh, in the plastic.
Why you put a plastic fork in a dishwasher? Let me try it first.
You try it first.
You tickle me. I want it either. Pretty. I want the back where the yummy goodness is. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. I'm going to tell you what it reminds me of looking at it. Tell me everything you're tasting.
Tastes like carrot cake.
Carrot cake. You're tasting the spice. You're tasting, it has cinnamon and nutmeg in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Especially that topping. Can you tell what all is in the topping? Hurry up and tell the family what you're tasting now.
It's top heavy. My thing keep falling over. My cake too tall.
Ooh, that's good, y'all.
I taste coconut.
You do? That's good. Ooh. Let me just... Is he dropping something? Move to your right just a little bit. I can't tell what. He's steady back there chomping.
It's a big tall cake. It's good.
You can't tell what you want to tell you what all is in it. Y'all, he taking too long. He too busy eating.
Well, I'm supposed to be telling you what's in it.
I want you to tell me what else you taste. Of course, you taste the pecans. You taste the coconut. Can you taste the raisins?
I don't eat raisins.
You don't eat raisins. Steady chomping. Can you taste the oatmeal?
I do taste that.
Do you?
I do taste oatmeal.
It reminds you of oatmeal. I mean, you can't taste the oatmeal. What you call it? I want to say flakes. You can't taste the oats. But how can you tell it has oatmeal in it? You knew it was something. You just couldn't put your finger on.
I couldn't put my finger on what it was, but when you said it immediately.
You knew that's what it was.
Immediately, yeah.
Yeah, that's good, and I'm so
What
glad.
kind of cake is it?
It's an old-fashioned oatmeal raisin cake. I added the raisins because I like oatmeal raisin cookies. I'm not crazy about coconut. That's why I didn't put a lot. But you can do like 2 cups of the sweetened coconut if you want to. I only did 1 cup of coconut, 1 cup of pecans. You could do walnuts. You could do, you know, so you can add more coconut. I just didn't want all that coconut because I'm not a big coconut. I like the flaky coconut like that. I don't care for. I like coconut flavor, but I like it to really be what I'm trying to say, ground up, really fine. Where I can't really. It's just something about the texture of coconut that.
This is good.
It is good, isn't it? So y'all, that's another easy recipe to do, and it's so fall. I think with the spices of nutmeg and cinnamon, it's really good. That's a thumbs up. You like it with the pecans, and it kind of reminds me of, the topping kind of reminds me of a German chocolate cake. I guess with the coconut and the pecans. But y'all, it really is delicious. Okay? So you good? Anything else you want to add? Let me taste. And the fact that I only added 1 cup of coconut, that wasn't too much, at least for me. Here, I just want to taste.
It was good.
That's good. I can't believe you didn't say it tastes like you need to have a cup of coffee with it. Delicious. So, again, when I put it in there under the broiler.
Some brown sugar. Brown
sugar, butter. It wasn't under there a minute, but definitely watch it because you will burn it with the quickness. So y'all keep an eye on it, okay? All right, we're good. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. And turning on that notification bell. That's that hitting the nosy. That way you'll be notified whenever we're doing whatever it is we're doing over here, okay? You done drop something. They gonna tell me what he dropped on the floor. You done drop something. You trying to pick it up when I turn. It's so funny because I don't pay him any attention in the background when I'm talking to you guys, and I see everything that he does while I'm editing, and I just bust out laughing. I see why y'all be laughing at him.
I dropped my napkin.
You dropped some cake, I'm sure. Anyway, Thank you all so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.